Yo is a song recorded by American singer Lady Gaga for her fifth studio album, Joanne 2016. It was released to Zane Lowe's Beats One radio show on October 18, 2016, as the record's second promotional single by Interscope Records. Gaga co-wrote and co-produced the song with Mark Ronson and Blood Pop, with Hillary Lindsey being the additional songwriter. A funky, electro-tinged and rock-inspired upbeat country pop track, Yo lyrically delves on leaving behind haters. Critical reception towards Yo was positive and the song entered the record charts of multiple countries, including reaching a peak of number 66 on United States Billboard Hot 100. To promote the track's release, Gaga performed it on concert venues of her dive bar tour and on television shows. It was later added to her set list at the Victoria's Secret Fashion Show 2016, the 2017 Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival and the Joanne World Tour 2017-2018. Background and release. Following the release of Perfect Illusion, the lead single from her fifth studio album Joanne, on September 9, 2016, Lady Gaga announced the Dive Bar Tour, a promotional concert series where the singer performed at various dive bars in the United States. The venues for the concert series remained undisclosed to have a more intimate approach. The campaign was sponsored by Bud Light and premiered on October 5, 2016. Simultaneously, a live broadcast of the event was streamed on Bud Light's official Facebook page. On October 2, 2016, several publications claimed that during the first show of the tour, new songs would be sung. Singer-songwriter Hillary Lindsey, who previously had experiences in writing country songs in Nashville, was identified by Interscope Records as a potential collaborator on Joanne. The label's A&R Aaron Bayshuk, who had heard the initial Joanne material, introduced Gaga and Lindsey. During the Dive Bar Tour, Gaga recalled that she and Lindsey were seated in couches and having a back-and-forth conversation with guitar and piano. They bonded over drinks and Gaga also played initial demos of some of the tracks she had written. Lindsey remembered that Gaga's personal experiences and stories resulted in many ideas for songs, including Yo. On her Twitter account, Gaga clarified that the track was about different things like cigarettes, one's enemies as well as having sex, expanding with the message, "Leaving your haters in the dust is a sexy feelin', drag 'em like a smoke, leave your blossom tracks in the road #Yo." Yo was originally planned as the album's second single, but another track, Million Reasons, was chosen due to the latter's commercial success. Yo premiered on Zane Lowe's Beats One radio show on October 18, 2016, and was made available for digital download and streaming. She posted a link to the song on her Twitter account, while responding to Alex Paul of the Chainsmokers' dismissal of Perfect Illusion, writing, "Maybe you guys like this one better, sick." The single's cover art features Gaga topless and covering her chest with her hand, wearing a feathered hat that hides her eyes. Recording and composition. Yo was written and produced by Gaga with Mark Ronson and Blood Pop, with Lindsey as an additional co-writer. It was recorded at Electric Lady Studios in New York City by Benjamin Rice, who was assisted by Barry McCready. Joshua Blair continued the additional recording for the track at Shangri-La Studios, Malibu, California with David Squirrel Covell, and also at Pink Duck Studios in Burbank, California, assisted by Justin Smith. The mixing for Yo was performed by Serban Guinea at Mixstar Studios, Virginia Beach, Virginia, with engineering for the mix by Josh Haynes. Other instrumentation for Yo included guitars and percussion by Gaga, bass and guitars by Mark Ronson, and synthesizer and organ by Blood Pop. Tom Coyne and Randy Merrill completed the audio mastering at Sterling Sound Studios in New York City. Yo is a funky, electro-tinged and rock-inspired song. Yahoo! Described Yo as a country rock track. Rolling Stone described Yo as an upbeat country pop track. According to the sheet music published at nusicnots.com, Yo is written in the key of a major in common time with a tempo of 150 beats per minute. The chords alternate between A7 and D7, and Gaga's vocals spanned 2 octaves from E3 to E5. Michelle Lulick from Bustle felt that the lyrics seemed to describe things getting hot and heavy in her car. I can't wait to rev you up, faster than you can say Ferrari, tearing up the gravel, watching you unravel, now it's a party. During the chorus, Gaga sings yo, we smoking 'em all, emphasizing her explanation about leaving your haters in the dust. Critical reception. Trisha Gilbride from Mashable called Yo ridiculously catchy and a futuristic country rock song egging you on to have a good time over guitar solos and digital beats. Bustle's Michelle Lulick noted that this may just be one of Lady Gaga's most simplistic yet most visual songs yet, and thanks to its repetitive chorus, it was near impossible not to start singing by the time you get to the end of your first listen of the song. Larry Bartlett of British Magazine and Emmy commented that the transformation might grate on fans of Gaga's past few albums of pop, but from these lyrics it looks like on fifth album Joy and she really doesn't care what people think. Andy Gill from The Independent complimented Josh Homme's spiky but fluid breaks on songs like You and John Wayne, which were undoubted album highlights. Daniel Welsh from the Huffington Post said that Yo sounded like a cross between Manicure from Art Pop and Americano from Born This Way, but with touches of country. He went on to compliment Gaga for pulling off perfectly her wish of joy and having a dive bar feel with the song. Stereogram's Chris DeVille wrote, despite its funky digital beat, rap-inflected hook, and playfully tweaked guitar twang, it might actually go over pretty well on country radio if enough programmers gave it a chance. That said, this computerized juke joint party track is far from a moar by Nashville standards. Carrie O'Donnell from Paper Magazine called it a foot-stomping, hand-clapping rock-pop track, but said it sounded better live. Stephen Thomas Erlewine from Allmusic called the song riotous. The New York Times' John Caramanica felt that Yo sounded like a Britney Spears parody, or a song drawn from one of those live musicals that have been littering network television since Glee ended. Maeve McDermott of USA Today was negative, saying songs that sound most like Gaga's earlier hits like Yo were Joanne's weakest moments. Chart performance. In the United States, Yo reached number 1 on the Billboard Twitter real-time chart following the release of Joanne. On the Billboard Hot 100 it debuted and peaked at number 66. On the Canadian Hot 100, Yo reached number 55. Similarly, in the United Kingdom the song reached number 66 on the UK singles chart, selling 8,332 equivalent units, and debuted with around the same numbers in Ireland and Scotland. Other European countries where the song debuted includes France, Portugal and Switzerland, and the digital charts of Czech Republic and Slovakia. As of February 2020, the song has sold 5,500 digital downloads and acquired 6.47 million streams in the UK. Live performances. Gaga first performed Yo on the Dive Bar Tour, a brief 3-date promotional tour of US dive bars, with Mark Ronson accompanying her by playing guitar during her performance in the Bitter and New York City and the Satellite Los Angeles. She performed Yo live on network television along with Million Reasons as a musical guest on Saturday Night Live dated October 22, 2016. For Yo, Ronson again assisted Gaga by playing guitar, and the singer did a honky-tonk and go-go dancing-inspired performance. Rolling Stone's Daniel Krebs described it as intense singing, with Gaga feverishly dancing and wildly shredding on her guitar. Paste Chris White called Gaga an incredible performer and vocalist based on the performances, adding that she understands the stagecraft of playing live music on the SNL stage. 3 days later, she appeared on The Late Late Show with James Corden on CBS Television City Studios and delivered the opening monologue, while also performing Yo. The same month she performed Yo during the Victoria's Secret fashion show, while wearing a glittering, black catsuit. Gaga next performed Yo during her set at the 2017 Coachella Festival. While singing she played a special guitar, which was in wireless connection with her phone, allowing her to change its color during the performance. Yo was performed as the second song on the Joanne World Tour 2017-2018 shows, where she again played the guitar. She wore a black bejeweled fringe leotard and a crystallized hat for the performance. Credits and personnel. Credits adapted from the liner notes of Joanne. Management. Recorded at Electric Lady Studios, New York City, Shangri-La Studios, Malibu, California, Pink Duck Studios, Burbank, California, and Gen Pop Laboratory, Los Angeles, California. Mixed at Mixstar Studios, Virginia Beach, Virginia. Sony, ITV Songs, LLC, House of Gaga Publishing, LLC, BMI, Burb Music SCAP, all rights administered by BMG Rights Management US LLC, Imagem CV, Songs of Zelig BMI, Alslan Music Publishing, LLC, Check Your Pulse, LLC ASCAP. Personnel: Lady Gaga, songwriter, lead vocals, producer, guitars, percussion. Mark Ronson, songwriter, producer, bass, guitars. Blood Pop, songwriter, producer, synthesizer, organ, rhythm track. Hillary Lindsey, songwriter, Thomas Brennick, guitars. Josh Alm, guitars. Dave Guy, trumpet. Esteheim, percussion. Ian Hendrickson Smith, baritone saxophone. J. Gastelum Kakmia, tenor saxophone. Benjamin Rice, recording. Joshua Blair, recording. David Squirrel Covell, recording assistants. Justin Smith, recording assistants. Barry McCready, recording assistants. Serban Genia, mixing. John Haynes, mix engineering. Tom Coyne, mastering. Randy Merrill, mastering. Charts. Weekly chart performance for Yo. Chart 2016 peak, position. Canada Canadian Hot 155. Czech Republic Radio, Top 193. Czech Republic Singles Digital Top 156. France SNEP 167. Ireland IRMA 67. New Zealand Heatseekers RMNZ 3. Portugal AFP 92. Scotland OCC 55. Slovakia Singles Digital Top 158. Switzerland Schweizer Hitparade 62. UK Singles OCC 66. US Billboard Hot 166. Venezuela English Record Report 42. Certifications and sales. Certifications and sales for Yo. Region certification certified units, sales. Brazil Pro Musica Brazil 57 Gold 30,000. Sales plus streaming figures based on certification alone.